Yo, what's up, guys? So I really want to make this really quick video because I feel like the time is totally now to do this. And it's regarding Street Fighter V. This game has been out for nearly a year now, so it's had a year. And history keeps repeating itself with Capcom. And let me give you a really quick comparison of what the Street Fighter V community is like now, or what the state of the game is like now. Street Fighter V is like being in an abusive relationship or being addicted to a drug. You know it's bad for you, but you stay in it and you keep playing it and you keep doing it. You know deep down inside it's still bad, but it's addicting. Or it's like that relationship that you had where it's like, oh, you love the person like when they were younger and they were such a great person early on in the relationship, but as it goes on, you really know that it's not the best thing for you. That's exactly what Capcom is with Street Fighter V. Anyone who's sticking around to play Street Fighter V, you're a weak person. You're generally a very weak person. Unless you naturally like the game, which I think that is the minority. I really think that it's the minority of people. I think there are people that like it, but I'm going to say a majority of the people who are playing Street Fighter V, everyone that's complaining about the game, everyone that's like, patch this, nerf this, we don't get DLC characters, this and this and this, and you're still playing it and you're still attending events, you're the problem. Like, you're the whole problem. Not the casual gamer market, not the hardcore market, not the sponsors, not the tournament organizers. You are the problem. And I have to say that Capcom has not stepped their game up. And let's be honest. Let's be honest. A lot of top players didn't like the Capcom Pro Tour, didn't like the whole process, didn't like the whole feeling of the game in general. We'll say in general. Some players did, some players didn't. Whatever. And there's a lot of complaining about the game. Now, whether those players are salty, whether they're, that's what happens every game and this and that, the rate that it's happening with Street Fighter V in comparison to other games is much higher. And there's no denying that. There's absolutely no denying that. So if it's an increased level of dissatisfaction, that's a sign. That's a trend. That's something we need to look at. That's something we need to think about. And it goes back to my point. Think about that game. Like, you like Street Fighter V when you win. Do you like it when you lose? No. I hate it when I lose in Street Fighter V. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Because I don't feel like I've gotten outsmarted. I feel like I got outguessed. I feel like, oh, well, I guessed wrong, so I lose. Not like, oh, shoot, man, he really outplayed me there. Like, I didn't know that was coming. I didn't feel that. I was surprised. And that's what makes Street Fighter V bad. And I remember early on the game came out, everyone's like, oh, I like the game because I know why I lost. Bitch, that's why I hate the game. That's why I hate Street 5. I just know. I'm like, well, I didn't guess the DP, or I didn't guess this. I didn't guess that. And it's like, I don't feel like I got outplayed. Like, I was like I lose in Street Fighter 4, I lose in Street Fighter 3, I lose in Smash Brothers Melee, I lose in Smash 4, I lose in a lot of games, or I'll win in a lot of games. And I'll be like, I know why I won, or I know why I lost. And I feel that I got outplayed. See, I don't mind taking a loss if I know that I got outplayed and I know that I didn't play well, because that's on me, because I didn't play well, or I didn't space well, or I didn't whatever. But in Street Fighter 5, when I lose, I'm just like, well, you decided to go for that command grab. I didn't jump, so I lose. Where it's like earning a command grab in Street Fighter 4 is a lot harder with Zangief than it is like now. It's like, especially Season 2. It's just like, all he has to do is jab. And jab, 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 do a random the V trigger, and, just anti-air you with jab, and then he gets a free mix-up for nothing, and his lariat is stupid. Zangief is really good in Season 2. I don't care what anyone says. Zangief is like top 8. He's really strong. Cammy is fucking stupid. Akuma is really slept on. I feel like he's really good. It's just no one's really like maximizing him. Whatever. I'm not talking about tiers right now. But the thing with this game is, look at the DLC thing that happened. DLC Season 2. Oh, we're going to announce DLC Season 2, and we're going to kick it off and end it with Akuma. Oh my god, yeah, it's hype. But like, even though we have all these hints about these characters, this is such a joke. Like, we knew Ibuki, Balrog, and all those characters early on last year. We knew it before the game even came out, practically. And we had at least some form of information about the characters. We were like, all right, we're going to know this and this and this. And like it was kind of hyped for a little bit. And then like, all right, we're just going to tell everybody everything and we'll just release them as they go. All right, fine. But then you make us pay for Season 2 DLC if you choose to take it. And then you don't tell us anything for like 2 months? Like, they said something. Akuma came out in December. In 2 months, Capcom hasn't really said anything real. Like, oh, there's gonna be an announcement. This is the same fucking bullshit that they do every year, every game, every time. Like, oh, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, all this crap. The bottom line is this. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of the community fighting about, oh, my character needs to be nerfed. My character needs to be... And it's across the FGC. It's across all of it. And you know what game communities really aren't bitching? The ones that are underground. The ones that have a really tight community. Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue are really good examples so far. People bitch and it's not perfect, of course. But it's way more friendly and way more fun to play and to communicate with people that are really excited about their game. They're happy about their game. They're feeling good. Street Fighter V, everyone's miserable. Everyone's like, this game sucks. Like, they need to patch it. People are frustrated. And the online experience, the whole experience of the game is backwards. The music, for God's sakes, is worse. It's terrible. The soundtrack is disgusting. It's not cool. It's not good. It's like something they threw together in like a half hour. And we're like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, the online experience is garbage. I love that they did the weekly trial things with the fight money. That's a great idea. Loved that. But they've already repeated that. They'd already ran out of concept ideas to, like, get challenges. They've done, like, 8 cycles, and they're like, oh, now it's back to the first few we did with Sakura's mission or Errand. I'm like, you've already done that. Like, are you guys that pathetic? You can't upgrade your game. And then when they want to upgrade the game for you, you got to take a whole day off the servers. Like, are you kidding me? Like, give me a break. And you all just like eat this up and you're like, whatever. Like, I'm going to do it. I love Capcom. I'm going to love Capcom. And it's gotten to the point now. I've been playing since Street Fighter 4, competitively, somewhat seriously. And I'm tired of it. Like, I'm so tired of it. And I think that the community is so stubborn and so ignorant for not just, like, grabbing a hold of themselves and just being like, what are we doing, guys? Like, why are we dealing with this? Cammy isn't that cool of a character. Nakali isn't. Do we even know the story of these characters, Nakali, Rashid? Like, what are their roles in this story? What's the actual story of Street Fighter V? Because Street Fighter 4, we know that, okay, Seth had some ties to Juri and Bison and stuff for doing that. Ken got pulled back to go fight and leave his wife and kid. Rufus was like this biker dude. Okay, he didn't really have a great story. But El Fuerte was like this Mexican cooker. Viper had ties with Chun-Li and Cammy, and she was after the Shadowloo. Like, you knew something was going on with those characters. Like, you had a good line of story. Like, Abel was a failed clone of Seth. So you're like, oh, he's looking for Seth. And, like, you knew something about these characters. What the hell is going on with Nakali? Like, there's so many things that are wrong about Street Fighter V. And, yes, they're not important. But when you piece it all together, like, I can't even remember my things in training mode. Like, I'm not even going to talk about the game itself. I'm talking about the features. I'm talking about the experience. And the experience is important. Because it's like if you go to, let's say you go to a restaurant, right? It's great, best food you ever had. But you would go with your girlfriend or whatever, and the bathrooms are absolutely disgusting. And the silverware is dirty, or, there's bad experiences around the food. Who cares? Like, the food's bomb. But it's disgusting. Like, they don't vacuum the carpets and it's shit all over the place. It's gross. You don't want to be around that environment. It's not fun for you. It's not warm. It's not welcoming. When I play Street Fighter V, it's not warm and welcoming to wait like 20 minutes between a ranked match, or to wait like 20 seconds between each round. I gotta watch this cutscene. I can't skip or anything. It gets faster in Street Fighter 4. You just hit like a rematch button and all that, and it's like way quicker. And in local, it's okay. But why wouldn't they learn from Ultimate Marvel to just have a rematch button? Like, Are we really not learning and listening to people? Because I feel like Capcom is not doing that. And I don't know about you guys, but just like think about it. Like all this community stuff, like think about all the top players too. They consistently change their mains now. Like that's a bad sign. That means either A, people are getting really bored of their characters, or B, they're doing it for money. There's no good reason there. It's I just want to win because I don't give a crap, or B, I need to win because I'm not winning with my character, so I might as well pick someone else. We saw that in Street Fighter 4, but it was definitely to a lower extent. Like Justin Wong mostly played Rufus. Ricky Ortiz played Rufus. Snake Eyes played Zangief. He's changed his mains like 4 times. Daigo played Ryu. Daigo's going back and forth between like Ryu and Guile now and all this jargon. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like everyone is just changing their character all the time. And it's like, so you're either bored or you don't really have a connection to your character. Like you don't really have a personality to your character. You're like, I don't care. I just want to win. Because it's not for the fun anymore. It's just, we gotta win, we gotta win, we gotta win. And to play games competitively is just, unless you're the best of the best of the best, making that your main goal or stride in your life is a sad concept. Unless you are in the top 10 players, unless you really are like the best, it's not worth it. Like, yeah, sure, you can do a poll of like money and stuff like that, and it came out that it's like you really only make like $50,000-$60,000 a year if you're like near number 9 or 10, which is pretty good because you're making money playing your video game. But at that point, it becomes not fun. It becomes a job. Like it becomes work, and not, oh, I love playing this game because it's super fun. It's, if I lose, I don't make my living. Like think about that every day. Like you have to keep winning, and if you don't have a job. And think about what you do once you leave gaming. Like, what do you do as a job? Unless you're good at computers and whatever, because some of us are. I work in IT. But anyway, gaming shouldn't be a key focus. It shouldn't be number one. It should be, I have my life and then I have my gaming on the side. Not I have my gaming and then I have my life on the side. So that's my rant for Street Fighter V today. I think it's crazy that people keep still playing this shit. And it's passionate. I'm passionate about it. It's important to me because I grew up on games and I love them. I hate the direction they're taking. It's garbage. It's so casual. It's so just spoon-fed to everyone now. There's no execution anymore. There's no reward for playing a lower tier character. It's just play high tier or die. Like there's no fun in exploration anymore in Capcom games. It's just, and I'm sure Marvel Infinite will be like this too, but at least Marvel is fun. Marvel's always been about fun, and that's what I love and adore about Marvel, is that even though it's hype, it's so hype, and it's great, and everyone loves it because it's fun, and it brings people together, and everyone's just looking for the cheap stuff, and everyone has a good time. That's a fighting game, not Street Fighter V. Street Fighter 4 was kind of on that fence of maybe being kind of dumb, but I think it's better. It's a better game than 5. Like it's definitely a better game. There's footsies. There's actual defensive options. There's FADC, which increases offensive stuff. The combo system is better than Street Fighter 5. There's links. There's one frame links. There's plinking. There's all sorts of different advanced technical abilities that's there for those veteran players. And there's also so much to do for newcomers, so many ways to get people into the game and to understand it as well. And looking back, everyone's like, Street Fighter 4 wasn't the greatest game. But it's like, if you really think about it, it really was a big monumental game. It really was a big deal. It's not the holy messiah of games, but I do think it probably is actually, now looking back, probably one of the better fighters of all time. So Street Fighter 5 is good on a casual level, but I think that everyone needs to kind of look at it again and say, why are we doing this? There's so much of a distaste for that game now, and everyone just plays it, and it's like, why are you doing that? Why are you wasting your fucking time doing that? Like, there's other things out there in life, travel, girls, working out, other video games. There's other things to do that make you happy. So, Peace.